Hello. I made a video last week and I decided against actually putting it up online. I got really preachy and ranty at the end, and when I watched it back I realised that's not the sort of thing I really should be putting online. The topic was bullying. I got quite upset because I was reading about Hannah Smith killing herself after online bullying, and then when I got home I seen a video that Cherry Dollface had put up saying to her followers, if you're getting bullied, please seek help, please get as many people involved as you can, we all love you and I've got your back and stuff like that, so I mean this is still happening and it's outrageous and sickening, and yeah, I got myself really upset about it, so I decided against putting the video up. But I still want to talk about it. I still want to have something out there that says I support you. If you are getting bullied or you're scared or upset for any reason, I want to put another positive voice out there, not another negative voice. So that's what I want to do. I want to tell you a little bit about my story without being all, pity poor me, because I don't feel sorry for myself and neither should anybody else. I'm not going to go into any great detail either. I'm just going to tell you what happened with me, how I dealt with it. I started getting bullied when I was in primary school. That was around about the age of 8. 7 or 8 year old I was actually, because of my mum's sexuality. It went around school quite quickly that I was the daughter of a lesbian. Oh my god. I decided not to let it bother me too much, but it was still there and it hurt quite a lot because I loved my mum, and I loved my mum then obviously, and the things that people were saying, kids, adults, whatever, it was really, really disgusting and horrible, and it's nothing that kids should even say, never mind hear, when they're that age. As I was growing up, I went through my goth phase, and it came about because I started wearing black a lot, me in my gothy phase, when my cousin Paul had passed away. He was a couple of weeks older than me. He was younger than me. Felt like he was older than me. He was, I was older than him. Ugh, sorry Paul. He died when we were 13 of cystic fibrosis, and I was obviously in mourning and started wearing a lot of black because I was dramatic that way. And then I started getting called a pure mad goth man, and I had no idea what they were talking about, so I looked it up and realised, oh, that's really nice, I like velvet skirts and stuff, so I really fell into the sort of goth phase by accident, but it made my bullying even worse. I had bricks thrown at my head, I had glass bottles thrown at me, I had chewing gum in my hair. One time I found a full lollipop in my hair, had to get cut out. I had people tripping me up, people throwing me down the stairs, just mental and physical abuse, and it was nasty and horrible, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So I can't really remember when I decided to tell how bad it was, but I remember feeling really guilty. I remember feeling like I was making a mountain out of a molehill, and it wasn't that bad. And that's the thing that really gets people when they're getting bullied, is when you decide to tell. I feel like that guilt sometimes is even worse than the bullying itself, so you don't tell, but please do. always please do. It's never ever just, it's just a laugh, it's just a joke. No matter how many times people say that, it's not. If it's hurting you, if it's upsetting you, if it's affecting your state of mind, if it's affecting your schoolwork, if it's affecting anything negatively in your life, you need to tell somebody. It's as simple as that. So I finally told. My mum went all mama bear, and she stormed up to the school several times demanding action, need action, need action. And sooner or later it started getting a wee bit more bearable. It never really went away, and I still remember the names of all these people that used to bully me. but I don't hate them. I don't really think of them much anymore. Every so often, if somebody tells me a story about how one of them's doing, karma's a bitch for some of them. So I'm not saying that doesn't make me happy, because it does, it really does. Yeah, so I left school when I was 16, and the biggest reason I left school at that age is because I couldn't handle being around those people for another 2 years. I just couldn't. So I went to college instead, and basically went from there. 16-year-old in college is probably not the best time of life to do that, because you realise that you don't have the sort of discipline with school that you do with college, because you're pretty much left to your own devices. If you don't show up for class, it's not their fault, they're not going to make you, so yeah, I lived my life, and 13 years on, I'm here, I'm happy, I'm doing pretty well, and I think if I could take it all back, I probably wouldn't, because I like who I am today. I'm happy with myself, but at that point it felt like it would never end, and it was hard. It was very hard, and I can understand now, and I can completely empathise why so many people go to extremes, self-harm, suicide, just hurting themselves because it's easier than telling. And I don't want to be part of a world that condones that or makes it okay. I want to be a voice out in the world, even if it's just on YouTube, saying please get help, please find someone that will help you, because the funny thing is, nobody talks about bullying as much as it's being done. And for that to make sense, I suppose I need to say I very rarely talk about bullying unless I'm specifically asked. I will not talk about what I went through when I was a kid, and I think that needs to change. I think people do need to say, I was bullied as a child too, I understand what you're going through, or I can empathise with what you're going through, because when people don't talk about it, these kids right now that are being bullied, these people who are being bullied, don't realise that they aren't alone, that there's so many people that have already done that part of their life that shouldn't be a rite of passage. It just shouldn't exist at all, but they've already done it, and they're not aware, and I think they need to be made aware, so this is me telling you, I have done it, I've been through it, and I got through it, and now I'm so much better off, I know from my experiences that I will never treat anybody the way I was treated, ever, and I will always defend people who have been treated like that, because it's not right. It's very, very not right. So yeah, that's me. I'm going to stop myself, because I can feel myself going to start ranting again, and I really don't want to do that. I want to be positive and say, if you are in trouble, if you feel like you're in trouble, get help. Get help from people online, get help from your family, get help from your friends. You'll be surprised at how many people will turn around and say to you, I've been through it as well. And they won't tell you. If they don't know you're getting bullied, they're not going to turn around and say the same thing. They're not. So this sort of culture of silence needs to change, and for that to happen, people are going to have to speak up, and this is me speaking up. So if you need any help at all from anywhere in the world, just put it out there. Put it out there. Do not think that you're in the wrong for speaking up and saying this behaviour is not acceptable. You deserve not to be bullied. You deserve to go through life without feeling fear from anybody for any reason. People say kids have the best years of their life and youth is wasted on the young. No, I don't believe that. I believe that every day should be your best day, and the only way that's going to happen is if you know in yourself and you have the presence of mind and the strength of self to say, I deserve better. So yeah, this is me telling you you deserve better, and if you are in trouble, get help from whatever place you can. Phone up helplines, go online to websites that are going to help with bullying, speak to your family, speak to your teachers, speak to your friends. Just speak up, stop this culture of silence, and let's just eradicate this bullying for good. Okay.